Welcome back to the Idix and Williams show. It took 2 years, but we're here. I am Tyler,
I am Brandon.
and today we have a lot of juiciness to speak about. We all heard last night the big
Juicy.
news. Yeah. We all heard last night the big news. That's right, Tiger Woods is not playing in the next tournament.
Why are we clapping?
No, no, but all seriousness, Luka Doncic is a Los Angeles Laker. Now, if you would
Unfortunately.
have told me that he would have signed with them in free agency, I would have said take my house. But if you would have told me he would have been traded in the dead of night without anyone but the GM knowing what was going on, that would throw me off.
It was a solid like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I look on my phone from old my personal friend, not really, old Sham Sharani, and
It's just not how you say his name.
whatever. And bro said Luka got traded for Anthony Davis, and Markieff Morris was somewhere in that deal, and I laughed.
No, I took the deal very serious until I saw Markieff Morris.
I still didn't take it serious.
I am not mad on a logistical standpoint. He wanted help. They wouldn't give him help. He didn't want to leave. They didn't want to pay him. And he was due for the Supermax. But because he's traded, he's now ineligible for a Supermax because you can only get the Supermax from the previous team that you re-signed for. So, they got rid of their money problem. They got a big man who can't stay healthy. But when he's healthy, top 5 MVP.
Okay, here's the thing though. Here's my thing. Yes, you got AD, right? But you probably could have went out and got a slightly less good big man and gotten really good production maybe for Kyrie. Or,
Get more out of the Luka trade. That's not
that
enough. That's
no, not even get more out of the Luka trade. Or you could keep the 25-year-old generational NBA player on your team and you make another move, and give away the 32-year-old point guard.
The deadline's on Thursday. They're not set in stone. They never said he wasn't moving. So that is to be determined. There's
Okay.
a very hot chance Kyrie's gone by Thursday.
Cannot wait for Kyrie to be traded for Caitlin Clark.
I mean, that'd be better shooter than what he's doing.
Yeah, but nah, that was my thing. If trading Luka for a 31-year-old big man who has no ankles.
See,
is
that's
a
not
problem.
even. That's not even. I don't even care about that. He's shown this year. Load management's fine. Whatever. They have enough big men in Dallas. The issue is after Anthony Davis, besides Christie, you get Markieff Morris.
Goat.
I don't know about you, but if I was asking for him, I would have said, give me Dalton Connect and Christie and Davis. And the thing is, they would have said yes.
Well, and
Because the Lakers aren't going to turn down Luka. So you could have taken the steal of the draft and Dalton Connect, put him on this team, let him learn behind Kyrie, and let him take over. It's not that hard.
Or you could have kept your generational 25-year-old on the team who's been an MVP candidate since he was 19 years old and just ran with it. That's an option. That man has been an MVP candidate
They weren't going to
since
resign
he was
him.
a teenager.
They weren't going to resign him. That's the problem.
What were they supposed to do, though?
They were going to let him walk. That was the only option they had.
How?
He wanted to stay. They didn't want to pay him. His contract's up in a year.
Yeah, but even you still have a year, though. That's the thing.
Yes, but
you still have a
You get
year.
in a situation that you get in a year, you can't make a deal, and they walk for nothing. And then you're really screwed.
I would have said just pay him the money. That man's been a MVP
Yeah.
candidate since he was 19.
Common sense is pay him the money. They weren't going to pay him the $365 million that he was asking for as the extension for a supermax. They've already said that they don't want to be paying that. That's why there wasn't a deal done last year.
Well, even then, I don't understand why you don't why you don't offer him to all of the teams. Like, why would you be? In a way, I get being silent about it because, whatever. But dude, if you're gonna trade him, at some point, everybody's gonna know he's traded. Offer him to everybody. Get what you can. There's no, I find it very hard to believe. I understand they need a big man, and AD, kind of like you said, the load management this year, he's been fine. He is Anthony Davis this year, but what I don't get, they could have gotten a better haul for Luka being
They could
25.
have gone better from the Lakers itself. Like the thing is, teams aren't just gonna. It's gonna be like with the Dylan Cease thing. No one's gonna want to pay what they're asking for, and if the trade gets done, it's because someone got finessed. Like it's not gonna happen for straight up. It just won't. And so they probably might have called other. They said they were silent, but they can say whatever they want. They could have called other teams, and other teams asked for way more. But because Davis is older in his contract so much, it dumps salary off of the Lakers to help pay for Luka. It takes Luka's contract for the future off the books. It keeps Davis there. Davis can kind of teach PJ Washington because they were very somewhat. Obviously, Davis is taller, but they were similar play styles in college with a blocking guy who became more offensive as he got older. Now the issue is, why is Klay Thompson still playing for an NBA team? That's a separate discussion. But
Yes, yeah.
Derek Lively and Anthony Davis as a tag team are going to feed families, and we can all agree on that.
No,
So
yeah, that's going to be very good. But and
okay.
what reports we're saying from people is that with the injury, Luka is now up to 270. So,
Buddy, he's been 255, 260 for the past 6 years.
Yeah, I know, but
that's the weight is an excuse to get rid of him.
apparently, his conditioning and his diet
It's an
was part of
excuse
the
to get him off
reason.
the team to not pay him.
Was part of
He's
the
been
reason
same-
Luka's not a Mav anymore.
He's been the same player. He's been the same size since he was 18 years old.
Yeah, no. I'm just
It
trying to make it a
doesn't
little
matter.
bit better on Mark Cuban, but this just isn't. This is terrible.
Yeah, it's not great.
Over under 2 hours till the GM gets fired.
Oh no, he won't get fired. Oh, he may get brought back next year.
I know. I'm kidding.
He may not get brought back next year. But
There's
he will
no
get fired.
dude. If they don't win the championship this year, there's no way they bring him back.
Well, Dallas definitely won't win a championship. This is a rebuild move for them. This is a
There
complete
is
rebuild move.
this is a win now move, and nobody can tell me otherwise. They just picked up Anthony Davis because they needed a big man,
And they got more
and
depth. And they
are
got rid of their
most
star player who
likely
can carry
gonna.
them.
Yeah, but they still have Kyrie. So while Luka is leaving, it's not the end all be all. Now, I don't think Kyrie can lead somebody to a championship. That's neither here nor there. But
Kyrie's only putting up 24 a game and losing to 30 that Luka's putting up. That's 60. That's
No,
50 points
no.
combined.
No. That's great. But this is very obviously a win now move when you're getting a 31-year-old big man. Because by the time this rebuild's over, let's just say it's 5 years. Kyrie's 37, not going to be on the team. AD, if he is on the team, he's 36, probably sucks.
It's a rebuild move in the sense of that they got picks and they got other young players to go on with the vet guy for now.
No. They
That's why it's a
did.
rebuild.
No. I understand it's like a little bit of both, but I still just it's a weird move, but we'll see how it plays out.
You know they're paying PJ Washington almost $16 million, by the way.
Why hasn't the GM been fired yet? Like, why is he still there?
You're
But
paying
no, I did not know
16
that.
You're paying $16 million for a guy who's been out for at least 2 weeks, putting up 15 and 8, which is not bad. but he's been
Oh,
out for
that's
2
why they
weeks.
got AD. Okay.
Yeah, no, they're injured. Their big men are talented. They're injured.
Well, like I said, we'll see how it plays out. I don't have high
You don't
hopes
believe
for
in
it.
Dwight Powell?
I don't I don't believe in Mark Cuban.
Well, Mark Cuban apparently didn't make these moves. He was sleeping when the GM was acting.
Did you see Luca's call log?
Yeah, I did. I did. The GM, yeah,
That was pretty
yeah,
funny.
I did. Well,
Oh, well,
now
like
we
I said,
address the
we will
elephant in
see
the
how it
room.
plays out. And yeah.
Lord have mercy. Max Christie's about to put up 40 points a game, isn't he? Oh, he's injured too? Oh,
I
not
I
injured. He's just sitting. He's just sitting out because of travel. Okay, I was about to say they just traveled. They just got a very good player who's hurt. But it's okay. They have Dante Exum to replace Luca, so that's all that matters.
Hey, he's great. I said great. Dante
Dante's
Exum.
Dante's putting up 3-2-1 on the season, shooting 50% from the field.
Dude, Julian Newman in college is putting up like 3-2-1 right now. So it's
Julian
basically
Newman
Julian
is
Newman.
a seventh year freshman.
He is, and he is 3 for 12 on the year. Or no, I lied. He's 0 for 12 from 3. And this is completely off topic, by the way, but
He
he's 0
wasn't
for
good
12
when he
from
was
3.
young, and he's not good now. He
No, he's
wasn't good
not.
then, and he wasn't good now. He's
All the
one of
hate
those
towards
players who
Julian
does all
Newman.
these. He was one of those guys who did all these dribble moves with no purpose. Oh, cool! You can dribble behind your back. You're not moving anywhere. You're staying still.
All right.
Now, to talk about what was planned to talk about next weekend is the Super Bowl.
Hold on. Breaking news from my sources at ESPN. Former MLB Commissioner Fay Vincent has died at 86.
Yeah, you know nothing about him.
No. No, I
You
don't.
couldn't. Yeah, you didn't know that he was the commissioner from 1989 to 92, and was a big reason why the World Series still happened during the earthquakes in the San Francisco Bay World Series. But
Rip to a legend. All right,
he's not a
Super
legend.
Bowl.
He was there for 3 years. It doesn't matter.
Rip to a legend. All right.
I'm gonna edit this part out. It's not important enough. I don't care about Faye Vincent. Okay, talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who you got winning?
I'm going to be honest. My head says the Eagles because I think they have the advantage in the trenches. And I don't mean to beat a dead horse here, but every Chiefs game I have watched, there has been a call or two or three that at the time didn't necessarily affect the game, but then as time went on, you realize that this roughing the passer, where you're hitting, you're getting a clean hit on Mahomes. This roughing the passer call gave them a touchdown, ended up winning the game for them. So my heart says Casey, because I mean, they are a good football team. But the refs this year, when it comes to KC games, have been really, 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 really bad. But my head says Eagles. I want the Eagles to win. I want to see Saquon get a ring. I want to see NFC Championship legend Will Shipley get a ring. But yeah, if I was a betting man, I'd put it on KC. What about you, Mr. Tyler?
I think the Eagles are a superior team. Besides, I mean the Chiefs have the number one, like the top 5 run defense all year. Now Saquon can catch the ball, so it doesn't really matter. But they're not going to have massive holes as much as they did. They're going to have to throw the ball a lot more. Hurts' knee is fine, which is good. If they start out hot like they did last week against Washington, they're going to blow them out the water because Kansas City, besides Xavier Worthy, doesn't have explosive power this year. They just stay within games, and then they let calls. Now, I'm not here to say that the refs, love them to death every time because that's a dead horse. And end of the day, it's still football. It's just unfortunate it happens to the same team over and over again. Whatever. I don't care. It's not important. But if the game stays close, that's becomes a problem because Kansas City's, their gamers are not explosive. If the game is 17-17, I am clenching my pillow and begging for mercy.
Oh yeah, I mean they were
they
didn't score.
They probably won't.
No, I mean they didn't score a whole lot this year. I mean when you look at it, I think they scored over 30 points maybe 2 or 3 times, and they still went 15-1. So I mean, the
No,
defense
they
is
they
legit,
averaged they
but
averaged 22.6 a game, and honestly, their defense is only good because their defensive line's really well. But if you see when they can't get penetration, they give up. They're like 10th worst in like passing stuff. Now, granted, they get home a lot, so it doesn't really matter. But you're not going to get home a lot against that line.
no,
So,
absolutely.
now
Is
you're going to block the holes. They're not going to run on you
is
that
is
much. They're definitely not.
is Cam Jurgens going to be healthy for this? Like fully
He's
healthy
fine.
for this
Yeah,
game?
he's fine. He
Because
played pretty well last
nah,
week. And now he
yeah,
has
I
3 weeks
I
off.
knew he played last week. No, I mean, like I said, yeah, if Mahomes is getting into that conversation that you never bet against him, kind of like Brady, you don't bet against Brady.
He's already in that conversation. I don't put money against Kansas City.
But uh,
I don't think they win it this year solely because I don't think they can get home. If they get home to Hurts, it's looping around the edges. They're not going through the middle. Now the run game won't be. Philly's gonna have to win without running up the middle. They have to. There's no way they're gonna run up that middle consistently against that team. They're not.
no,
But
unless you put Will Shipley back there.
No, stop it. But they're not going to up the middle when you have Chris Jones and Derek Nottie, the just towers of giant men in the middle. There's
No.
not much you can do.
You're not.
It really isn't. I mean, the combined weight of Chris Jones is he's 310 at 6'6".
Yep.
And Derek Nottie is 6'1" at 317. So that's 600 and almost 40 pounds of grown men in the middle, just not letting you get through. Now they won't penetrate as much. Like they're not. Hurst is going to get sacked if he tries to run up the middle himself, or they run around the side. But they're not going just to break through because that line's too good. They are going to have to swing it.
The only way I would
Can you
see
swing it?
them get. The only way I would see them getting a lot of pressure, honestly, is a problem I've seen with Hurts all year long. He holds the ball way too long.
Oh, he's always held the ball too long, though. He's always held the ball too long.
Yeah, but this year it's worse.
It's because they babied his knee a lot this year. Like they've said in multiple meetings and multiple things saying that they are working on him being pure pocket and running only when necessary. So it's not like he's holding it because it's the game plan. And this game, he's probably going to pull it down a whole lot.
I was going to say he cannot hold it. I mean, like you said, you've got Nottie and Jones, but then you've got Karlaftis, who is very
Screaming
quickly
off the edge.
Yeah, which is very. Now I understand that you have Lane Johnson over there, who I think has given up 1 sack all year, if I remember correctly. But Karlaftis is very, very, very quickly turning into one of the top edge guys in the league.
He's not going to beat Lane one-on-one, but that's not what they're going to do. They're going to throw both
No, they're going to
Jones
stunt him.
and George. No, they're
gonna
double team him. It's over.
They're going to do stunts, and Spagnuolo is going to bring a DB. I mean that's his thing. He lines up pre-snap with a DB on the line of scrimmage on the left, and then the slot guy from the right's going to come. I mean he's very good at disguising pressure, and I think a lot of this game is going to end up on the Eagles' O-line shoulders, which to their advantage has been their advantage all year, and Saquon can still pass block very, very well.
And he'll break one or two, but they're going to have to run they have to run sweeps and run stretches. They can't run up the middle consistently against this team.
No, not consistently.
The issue is, guess who's fully healthy now for Kansas City, who was not the past 2 years?
Who?
Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquill are both fully healthy for this game at linebacker.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah,
they were not healthy when last time they played, or last year in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they were both injured.
I mean, that's a serious problem. But then, to me, it's crazy. You think about Nick Bolton and you think about Tranquill, Reed, and McDuffie in the back end with Justin Watson, who just came back. I mean, wait, is that his name? Okay.
It's Jalen Watson.
Jalen. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded weird. No, when you look at all the talent on this Chiefs team, look at the Eagles and they're beat. The Chiefs are beating everything besides quarterback. So
no, Eagles have better receivers.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I just said. The Chiefs are beat in everything but
Oh, or
quarterback.
I just started they're beating. Oh, okay,
No,
okay,
no, no,
okay,
no, no. The
okay, okay,
Chiefs are
okay.
beat in everything but quarterback.
Okay, okay. I thought
They're
you.
they're
I was
better in
like,
the trenches all around.
Sir, Juju is not better than Devontae Smith.
Nah, no, no. Nah, I mean, you know, the O lines are not comparable, not this year. The D lines are comparable, but I'm giving the edge to the Eagles. And then
The Eagles
linebacker,
have a better pressure, but the Chiefs have a way better percentage against the run, so they're more effective. The Chiefs are just more effective against the run, and it's
and
statistically
then
proven.
well, yeah, but I would still give the edge to. I would still take the Eagles D line over the Chiefs D line any day of the week.
Yeah, talent wise, 100%. But it's the execution is what I
But
worry about.
and then, I think the thing that gets me, other than the trenches, though, I think the secondary for the Eagles is going to be really big for this game. I don't think it will be, but if the lights become too bright for old Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, that is a little bit of a worry with them being rookies. But
I don't. I think the more concern is that Reed about Gardner Johnson keeping his cool and not getting a penalty and punching someone in the face. I'm not
oh,
worried
he'll be
about
fine.
any of the corners. You say that, and then he punched the guy the other day.
Yeah, he'll be all
So
right.
you say that, but he provokes. Now their biggest thing is they're not going to give up any deep shots. They like
No.
because Mitchell is going to be mirroring Worthy the entire time, and Worthy
Yeah.
can't run routes. So
No.
there's nothing to worry about. The issue is they're going to do a lot of screens and a lot of middle stuff
Yep.
because the linebackers, which are very good, are all edges who play linebacker.
And N'Kobe Dean obviously got hurt 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and he's out for the year. Or out for the year. He was out for the rest of the season. So that's big. Who was
It's
playing
big.
linebacker? Because it wasn't
Oh no,
Trotter.
they're fine at linebacker because they have Nolan Smith, Zach Braun, and Josh Sweat all playing linebacker positions. They're fine. Then
Mm.
they missed the quickness, they missed the rangy and rover motion that they have there. But what they'll do is probably they'll drop like Reed kind of like in that middle part playing linebacker safety or something. That's not a big like it sucks because he finally started playing really well. But it's not like they just lost Jalen Carter. Like they're fine.
Yeah,
It's
no.
it's not that big. It's big, but it's
Ooh,
not that big of a deal in the
another
scheme of things.
kind of big story. Now that I think about it, Brandon Graham is off the IR.
He's back. He's playing too.
He is playing. It's been confirmed.
Yeah, they said barring any setbacks, he's gonna play. So unless something comes up the night before the game, he's gonna play.
So how does that affect the Chiefs' run game?
What run game?
Exactly.
That run game is a play action screen pass. That's what that
Yeah.
run game is, which
Yeah.
is the responsibility of the linebackers. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't care that Pacheco's healthy now. I'll take Josh Sweat 1-on-1 with Pacheco every day of the week.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
one angry man running
like I said,
downhill.
the bottom line is the Eagles are better in every position besides quarterback. But
And punter.
I just, all right.
You
But
can't tell me
I,
that Matt Rice is not a better punter than J.K. Scott. I think that's his name. I probably was wrong. No, it's Brendan Mann. I'm really wrong.
but no, yeah, that's my thing. I mean, like I said, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but every single Chiefs game I've watched this year there's been pivotal calls go the Chiefs' way, and they've all been questionable. So I, I hope they don't do that for the Super Bowl, but there is definitely an officiating problem in the NFL, and I really want the Eagles to win because I like their players and whatnot, but I personally don't see it happening.
I think they can. I think they will win as long as the game is in a 4-point game in the fourth quarter, which is a very hot chance because honestly, the Chiefs struggle to score points all year, and their biggest weakness is Eagles' biggest strength.
Yeah,
So I don't care how good Duffy is. What they do not do well is if they get beat a step, they don't turn their heads very well. And then the guy in the middle is streaking like the tight end, and they're wide open every time.
yeah.
Every
I mean,
time. So Dallas Goddard, if he's healthy, is about to eat.
yeah.
Your fantasy legend, and he's healthy.
Shut up.
He's goated. But my prediction, Hurts gets hurt, Kenny Pickett throws 5 touchdowns, Nick Foles' thing into the Super Bowl winning, and Pickett will never be good again, but has a ring just like Nick Foles. Anyway, carrying on to MLB, a little boozable. Pitchers and catchers meet in a couple weeks.
Yep.
For spring training. We have baseball coming back this month.
We do, thankfully. It's been a long.
We have a couple free agents who are not signed yet.
Yes.
And I think it'd be a little, we should just do a little window shopping, right? A little window shopping.
Yeah.
Where are people going? And who's going where? That's just what it needs to be.
I don't know. I definitely think Dylan Cease is going somewhere. The Padres don't really seem like they want him. It seemed like it was going to be a 50-50 between King and Cease, and then they signed King and then gave him an option next year. So I think Cease is gone. I just think they have to find the right price. And then the other
I think he's gone because they want to finesse a team. If they keep him, they can keep him. I think they just want to get a haul back to
Well, and then the other big free agent that
up better to compete with LA.
Yeah, and then the other big free agent that I'm not necessarily surprised is still on the market because of his agent, but I'm really curious to see where Pete Alonso goes. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, I do not like Pete Alonso, but
he's going to the Blue Jays.
Hey, man.
He's 100% going to the Blue Jays. He's 100% going to the Blue Jays.
When in doubt, go to the Blue Jays, man. They got money.
He's going to go there, and they're going to keep Vladdy, and Vladdy's going to be a third baseman, and they're going to trade him or get rid of him in the offseason.
But
that's what's going to happen.
No, I'm honestly surprised because we've heard no buzz. Like, we've heard buzz from Cease, we heard buzz from Michael King,
No one wants a mediocre first baseman.
Okay, here's the thing. As much as we hate Pete Alonso, I know he's a 240 hitter, but 40 home runs is going to get you paid somewhat. Like it or not.
Somewhat. Not what he's asking for. Not what he's asking for.
And he's got decent defense. I mean, that's...
Yeah, but now most first basemen can play defense. If you don't make the league. They preached it. So he can hit home runs. 40 home runs is great. But we saw last year when other people struggled, he didn't do much. Like he's not that player that everyone thought he was. He's a home run hitter. He's a glorified Stanton. He's a Walmart version Giancarlo. Because Giancarlo has a better body of work.
And I think him waiting this long is really hurting him, especially for somebody who can't hit for average. I mean, last year was a contract year. Like you said, when they weren't doing well, he was doing really bad and couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And 240
is one thing. I don't care if you hit 240 sucks in a lot of retrospects. The fact is that most of his hits were just home runs.
He's a lot of swing and miss. That's his other problem.
And his other hits weren't productive hits. Like his RBI, only 88 RBIs from 34 home runs. He's the
less cool Kyle Schwarber. All the homies love Kyle Schwarber, man.
He hits well. He hits a lot of home runs, mainly because the way this game is, everyone throws hard. You get the ball in the bat, it's going to fly. It doesn't really matter who you are in this. If you're this talented, you're going to hit home runs. Yes, he hits a lot of them, but he doesn't do anything else.
Yep.
Maybe a couple years ago, you could have been like, he hit 44 home runs back in 22. Yeah, that was a good season. That was a very good season he had. But after that, 33, 27. 27 last year. No. I'm good. Like, I don't care how much of a power hitter you are. You're doing that and you're not getting on base and you're striking out too much. You're not worth the money you think you are.
No, but somebody's going to pick him up.
They will because they just need some. They need bats. Teams need bats, so they pick up people. But he's not worth the money. Whoever gets him is screwed unless he has a resurgence, which I really doubt he does because he doesn't adjust.
Yeah. But other than Pete, I guess the other big name on the market presumably is Dylan Cease. So.
Yeah, he's not. He's not a free agent. It's just someone they're willing to shop. He's going to cost a lot, and he's not worth it. Not for what they're asking for.
I still want the Braves to get him, man.
No, not if we give up too much stuff.
So bad.
I don't want him if we have to give up too many prospects. I don't care how.
Obviously, nobody wants him if you have to give up too many prospects.
That's what they're going to ask for. They're going to ask for Baldwin. They're going to ask for Baldwin and 2 other pitchers. I'm not doing that. That's stupid. Now Baldwin could be traded for sure. I 100% think he could be traded.
I was gonna say I think there is a world that Braves fans need to understand that AA likes to have a veteran behind the plate.
And, you saw that on Twitter.
I did not see that off Twitter. This man kept Travis d'Arnaud forever. He's not good.
He's a very good.
He can call the game well, but he can't hit. Yes, that's exactly what you need. No, I understand that, but I did not. Yeah, that's great. But I did not see that on Twitter.
After the past 4 years, besides the past 4 years, most catchers are not power hitters. We've slowly seen a resurgence of guys smacking home runs, doing that, being consistent hitters. I don't care if you bat 137. Martin Maldonado had a job for 10 years because he can play defense. As a catcher, I don't care what you do with the bat. As long as you can play defense, you're not that much of a liability. It doesn't matter.
I don't see a world necessarily where this year Baldwin gets called up.
No, he'll definitely will get called up to get experience. Because if they want to ship him, someone needs a bigger sample size and him killing Double-A pitching that will never see the light of day in the pros. So it builds him up more.
I want to keep Baldwin. I think him and Sean Murphy would be a really good thing.
Him or Murphy, one of the two is going to get gone.
I don't think Murphy leaves.
One of the two is going to get gone, and AA's kind of hinted at either one of them are going to get gone. So it really decides who does well. One of them is going to be gone. They're not both staying by the end of this year. So it really depends on how well Murphy bounces back from the injury and how well Baldwin does in Double-A and if he gets called up. Whoever basically does better stays. Whoever does worse leaves. Unless the one who does better can bring in a fat stack of prospects and players. Which one can and one cannot. So that they're not both staying. And then they've said that they're willing to, no one's untouchable besides like one person. So
yeah, Ronnie.
Yeah, so he can. I'm not saying he's going to leave, but the fact that we don't know what happens till things happen, I don't care. I'm not saying it's not until it does.
Yeah.
We wake up one morning and Chris Sale was a Brave, so I'm not. It doesn't make any sense.
For Vaughn Grissom, that was.
What's even funnier is I had a phone call with my friend, and I text messages. I can prove it too, saying that I want Chris Sale as a Brave, and I said we can get rid of Vaughn Grissom and like some money to be named later, like for like an international prospect. And I don't know if they'll do that, but like I'll take the risk. Give him a player, and we take a risk. And then 2 months later, it goes through. I'm like, I am a genius. I am a certified genius.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see the new hitting coach. I don't care if we don't pick up anybody else. New hitting coach. That's what I just said.
Yeah, we do have one. I thought you said you want to see a new one. We haven't.
No. I want to see the new one. Like I want to see. No, not a new one. The new one.
Yeah, we have a new one.
Yeah. No. I just want to see the new one. I want to see how he changes the approach because I mean me and you talked about this, and I know this is common knowledge above hitters, but it seemed like from about maybe like 2020-ish, at least from when I got back into baseball in playoffs of 2019 up until 2023, it seemed like the Braves were, well, and stats back this up, they were very, very good at hitting the fastball. It's like every time they went up there, they looked fastball, and they didn't really care about anything else until they got late in the count. And then in 2024, they just seemed late on everything, just seemed didn't ready. They all looked uncomfortable. Forget injuries, even the good ones just looked uncomfortable at times at the plate. So I'm really curious to see what.
That's morale of the team. I don't think the hitting coach move was to fix how they do it. I think it was to freshen up and give new perspective.
No, I think it was too. Because I mean,
it's all about momentum, and I think everyone getting injured and just consistent uncertainty about different things and a slow start and all the pressure, and he just gets to people. It just happens. I don't
No,
think
it does.
It was just, yeah, it was Slicer, right? Yeah,
Yes, yes, I
I
do.
don't think he necessarily was the issue, but I
No, I
think
don't
it's
either.
just I just think it was, hey, let's just get a new face in there. I'm not like one of those people like in baseball. Really, the only people you really fire are the trainers when people get hurt too much,
Yeah,
and the head coach. You
yeah,
don't really the position coaching does at this level doesn't do much besides give new perspective to show
yeah.
other talent. It's not like other sports.
Well, I
It's
mean,
not that big compared to
I
other sports.
well, I think another thing with at least the Braves was everybody got hurt. All the energy got hurt.
Well,
Mike
yeah,
was
of
out for
course.
2 months, and he's the young guy. Ronnie was out, and I mean I know everybody got on Snicker about like never arguing a call or this and that and the other. It's not his job to get ejected. Why are you going to argue a ball and a strike? It's a judgment call. They're not going to change it. So I mean, I agree with you. I think the energy was definitely a problem in or morale, but I also think when you don't have many players on that team with a whole lot of energy, when you have Austin Riley and like Matt Olson on the corners, and then your three main, let's get everybody going with Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna, and Michael Harris. They're out for extended periods of time. I mean, Ozzie broke his wrist. Ronnie obviously tore his ACL, and then I think Mike ended up missing 60 some odd games or something like that, almost half the season. I mean, it becomes a problem, and it's hard to keep going. So, I mean, I think they'll be back. They'll be fine. I don't think AA's done. I think he'll make.
Of
I
course
don't.
not.
I
He's
think.
never done.
I think he's done with the splashes, which is not. I know not anything Braves country wants to hear because they think AA has billions upon billions of dollars, and
Oh, he
can
does. He's just stingy with it.
and can defer everything like the Dodgers does. But I
Oh,
know they
they
want
100%
them
have a
to.
lot of money because they're owned.
Oh no, yeah, they have a lot of money. They just don't use it. But that's every team in the league besides the Dodgers.
Go ahead.
But, huh?
Yeah. No, so no, that's different. The Braves are
Oh,
one of the higher payrolls. They just refuse to pay because they don't like because they're owned by a corporation, not just individual owners. So they have a lot of money. They just don't like spending it and getting themselves under cap salaries. That's why they don't
no,
spend
yeah,
that much
yeah,
money. But they have a lot to spend. Unlike some teams don't have a lot to spend. They just don't
yeah.
do anything.
But I definitely think AA's done. I think he's just going to take this into spring training. If he gets anybody, I think it's just going to be some more minor league deals and whatever. But I was very happy when we got Profar. I was very happy that we made a move. Obviously, we needed an outfielder, but it would not surprise me. Now, I don't want to see it because I really like him. It wouldn't surprise me to see Kelnick on the move. Now, I want to keep him as a fourth outfielder, and I think I think they will. Don't get me wrong. I think they are gonna keep him as a fourth outfielder, but depending on how Profar does, I know he's 31, but baseball is a little different. Depending on how he
He's got
does,
5 years left at least.
yeah, exactly. Depending on how Profar does, I would not be surprised to see Kelnick leaving at the trade deadline for somebody,
What's not
which
that's not off of Profar. That's not Profar's thing. It depends on how well Brian De La Cruz does. That's what they're fighting for. They have 5 outfielders technically once Ronnie comes back in like 2 months.
well, I know right now Profar's got the starting job. AA said that, and
Yeah,
he
and
said, he
he
said
has the starting job.
Brian and Kelnick are going to fight for right field or
Yeah,
whatever. They're going to fight for a corner outfield spot until Ronnie comes back and back to whatever. But
yeah.
I don't want
Profar
to see
has a job.
Kelnick
He's not.
leave.
They paid him that much money. He's not losing a spot.
Oh yeah, no, no, no,
If
no, no, no,
Kennick
no, no,
leaves,
no.
it's because we get a starting pitcher. That's what happens. If he leaves, we get. If we make a deal for a king, he's gone in that deal to save prospects.
Well, do you think? Would you give up Kelnick and Baldwin for Cease? And I know they're going to want more. I understand that. But would I guess the headline players with Kelnick and Baldwin and they'd probably have to throw in Smith Shaver in there for something. Would you give up those three for Dylan Cease?
the the issue is they don't need a young catcher because they have a 17-year-old catcher who is
going to be
about,
nasty.
he already is nasty, so they don't need a catcher.
Yeah.
So what if it's in there is for them to swing and do something else with. What I would do is probably I give up Kelenic, AJ as soon as possible, and then throw in who is it? Let me
Bryce Elder.
I mean, yeah, but that's saving for a different trade. You don't want to throw out too many people at once.
Oh yeah, no.
So I'd probably throw AJ and then either depending on who you can get from them beside because if I'm not asking for Cease only, I'm asking for more than Cease. If I'm giving up,
if you're giving up a 26-year-old outfielder, along with two not promising prospects, but I mean they would make the major league roster most likely, even if they went to the pen. But I mean, if you're giving up major league players, you definitely want more than Cease.
Yeah, but it's how baseball works is they're not going to do that. But
no,
they don't be doing. They give up one player for 7 players. It's not logical. So I would rather give up Elder and AJ only and say take it, and then save Baldwin for something else because realistically Baldwin's is not. Parters aren't going to want him unless and if the thing is. You don't give him to him if you can even get Cease because they're literally going to take Baldwin and flip him for something else, and then you have to compete with a team that you just gave free players to.
Yeah.
And that's just not. I don't care how good Cease is. I don't like giving pitchers a lot of money or a lot of years. I don't like that at all. I don't care how good you are. Your arm is a rubber band, and bands snap. So I'm not going. Cool, we get Cease. He signs in a 4-year deal. And we pay him $20 million a year, whatever nonsense is. I don't know, probably more than that, but whatever it is. Cool. He's good for 2-3 years, and then he's like Spencer Strider, whose elbow is barbecue chicken. So
his elbow's not barbecue chicken.
No, it is. It is.
No, it's not. He didn't have Tommy John. It wasn't a ligament problem.
No, but you can see how he's throwing. His arm is cooked. His arm is so cooked. He's overcompensating with things the way he's got the Ian Anderson yips. He's overcompensating with the different breaking balls. He's spiking too many things. He's trying to overcompensate with
Dude, he spiked last year because he was hurt. We were at the game.
Yes, so was Anderson, and then he came back. It's a mental thing. Baseball's more mental than it's
okay, listen. You don't think Spencer Strider has the mental?
No, I don't think any pitcher has the mental. They're superstitious. The moment you get hurt, you are in your own head.
Nah, I think Strider's going to be fine.
That's why they struggle to come back. That's why they struggle. I want him gone.
What?
I want him gone. I don't care how good he is. I want him gone as soon as possible.
Oh no, you're crazy.
I want him gone for a. But no, I'm not selling him for bags of chips. No, I'm going to steal. I'm stealing the country.
Yeah, no, that's still crazy.
I'm MLB The Showing you with Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman for him. But if there's a good trade, I'm getting rid of it. I'm not trying to keep a pitcher with elbow issues and shoulder issues. It's just not. It's not a recipe when you're leaning on when your team does not hit that well on a guy. You have to bank on someone to stay healthy when they haven't stayed healthy. I don't care how good he is when he's good. I love him that he's good. But for the logical reasons for this team, it is risky to keep him.
What's risky to keep any pitcher?
Exactly.
What you're saying right now, I mean, it's a recipe for every single pitcher who's ever pitched.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, at any point in time,
young guys for every 4 years. That's why I don't.
I mean, at any point in time, their arm could snap. So, I mean, what you're saying kind of, I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, you're not gonna.
It does because that money's not worth it. It's not worth it because he may not play the entire season. I'd rather put my money into.
But he's already on like a 7-year, $100 million deal, something crazy cheap. I mean, if he doesn't play, he doesn't play. But if he does, you get an ace for the next 6 years, and you get rid of him, and he goes to some free agent deal.
I don't like his mentality. Maybe the new pitching coach fixes it. I don't like the way he was approaching batters, even before he was hurt. It just, it was worrisome.
But it worked though.
Not last. No, it didn't. Not by the end of the year. It did not work. That's why I'm hoping the new pitching coach changes it, because it didn't work. They figured it out. That's the problem. His fastball only works so much. His slider location, he needs to throw it for a strike, because people stopped swinging at that at a very high rate unless they were behind and they were pressured. But then they were patient. There's stats to back it up. That's what scares me, that he doesn't locate the slider for a strike. He throws it away, which is fine, but they're not swinging at it anymore. And he doesn't pump the fastball 98 anymore as much. He saves it when he needs it so his arm doesn't blow out. That's what scares me. That's why I hope the new pitching coach kind of fixes it, because that's not a recipe for winning.
When did we get a new pitching coach?
Did we not fire him?
No, Rick Kranitz is still on the team.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Do you not remember he was just gone for like 3/4 of the year because apparently there was like family issues. Like, he's back.
That's a problem. I can't spell his name. Why did it pop up Richard Larry Kravitz, director of University of California, Center, Sacramento in 2015?
Because his name is Rick Kranitz. Pretty.
Oh.
That might be why.
Oh, now when I spelled Rick, the name pops up. That's crazy.
Right there might be a problem.
That. Okay. See, it's fine now. It's fine.
No, I think he'll be fine for the reason of I get he's a pitcher, but I don't care what I see from Strider, and I am not saying this just because I am a Braves and a Clemson fan, but what I see from him just when it comes to how he approaches baseball, I don't know how to explain this, but the way he approaches it, and when you watch his interviews and everything like that, it's like nothing is ever like everything's always one thing. There, like, he doesn't overthink any. And I know he's a pitcher, so he does to an extent. It's just what pitchers do. But you got to think he started 2 games last year with a curveball. That's it. And the first game, if I remember correctly, wasn't bad. The second game was. That's when he was spiking everything. But at that point, obviously, elbow discomfort, whatever. I think Strider's going to be fine. And like I said, what you said, it's with every pitcher. At any point in time, it doesn't matter if you throw 100. It doesn't matter if you throw 40. Your elbow can snap. Thankfully, it was not a ligament issue for Strider. If it was a ligament issue, I would be worried. Because he does throw 100, that would worry me. But it was not a ligament issue. It wasn't close to Tommy John surgery. And when he did get the surgery at Clemson, it was known at some point what happened was going to happen, just based on what they saw. That came out afterwards, after he got hurt and everybody found out what it was. That's when, it came out saying that everybody knew at some point he would have to have that surgery. So I'm not worried about Strider. I mean, you can play the what-if game with pitchers all day. Well, what if his arm does this? What if it does? What if it does? If it does, it does. You get rid of him. You don't get a lot out of him. Who cares? But, your AA, you sign him to a contract extension after his first year because he looks promising and it's very cheap. Or you wait a couple years after he's your opening day starter for 3 years in a row, and you got to pay him a bag like Max Fried just got. So, I mean, I think he'll be fine. If he's not, he's not. But just the way I see it, I mean, like I said, the way I see it, I think he's going to be fine. I don't think there's anything to worry about. And especially now that their rotation is what it is, I think Chris Sale helps a lot.
Duh.
With no. I'm saying with Strider. Like,
yeah.
with Chris's injury history, I think Chris helps a lot with that. If we didn't have Chris, I'd be a little bit more worried because he's been through it all. But like I said, I think Spencer's fine. If something happens, something happens. But I am not worried about the injury, and I've said that since he got injured. When I found out it wasn't Tommy John, I think he's going to come back better. I mean, you look at Ben Joyce, right? And he's a 1 in a million example, but I'm going to use it to sound smart. That man had Tommy John twice and came back throwing 106. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, he already threw 100-something.
Hey, so did Strider.
Yes, but one's a reliever and one's a starter.
No.
Yes, one does long relief occasionally and mainly throws 7 pitches before he's done, and one's asked to go 6 innings every 5 days. It's very different.
Yeah, but no, like I said, I'm not worried about Strider. I think he's going to be fine, and I think the Braves are going to be back, and I think they're going to win the NL East this year, and we're going to be great, and they're going to win the World Series, and go Braves. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Okay, so, anywho's, it's, let's see here, to wrap this up, because we're getting to the hour mark, we can, the other sports are not important, let's play a little game. Are you ready, my friend?
Not really, but here we go.
I think it's going to be great for you, I really do. Where did my file go? Did I lose my file?
I can't wait to get the most obscure questions. Like it was the 48th pick in the 1926 MLB draft.
Oh no. Okay. Listen, we're playing 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. You get one guess. If you get it, you're wrong. It's over. So if you don't want it, you can pass to the next question. The longer you pass, the less points you get, the easier the questions are. Okay?
Yeah.
For 10 points, this player is from Utah. And he's played college football for the past 4 years, playing for 2 teams.
Okay.
Okay. Next question.
He's from the University of Utah, or he's from Utah.
No, he's from Utah. He's from
Okay.
Utah.
Okay.
He's played for 4 years. The first question is supposed to be difficult. It's not supposed to. You're not supposed to get it 10.
Yeah.
For 8 points, he accounted for 95 career touchdowns in 4 years.
Okay, is this
He's
are
in the
we
draft
talking
this coming year.
Okay.
Would you like for the next question?
Yeah.
For 6 points, playing for an SEC school the past 3 years, this player came back for his final year, leading his team to a 10-3 record, scoring 4 touchdowns in the bowl game. These next 2 are really easy. I hope you can get it now, so you don't have to get it. So you get more points. I'll reread the first 3 again. He's from Utah, played 4 years for 2 teams. So he's a transfer. He's accounted for 95 career touchdowns in 4 years. He played for an SEC school the past 3 years and came back for his senior year, going 10-3, throwing for 4 touchdowns in his bowl game win.
Throwing for 4. This is gonna make me mad when I hear it, and I know it will.
Well, yeah,
SEC guy.
Yeah, let me know if you want to lose points to go to the next question.
Yeah, just go to the next question.
You're going to be really mad because you're going to get it in 5 seconds.
I know.
Led his team to a 52-20 Tax Slayer Gator Bowl win. Do you need another? Do not tell me you need the 2-pointer. You're going to hate yourself if you get the 2-pointer. You're going to hate yourself.
Yeah, are you talking? You're not talking about Jackson Dart, right?
It is Jackson
No,
Dart.
you idiot! You idiot! He went to USC.
Yes, played for 2 schools.
Oh yeah, dude! I didn't know he was from Utah. What?
That's why the first question is not supposed to be easy. From Utah, played 4 years at 2 schools, counted for 95 touchdowns in 4 years. Going to an SEC school the past 3 years.
Yeah, I kept thinking he was from the Utah college. Even though I asked the question, so I'm over here racking my brain about no-name Utah players.
No, he didn't go to Utah.
Yeah, I'm over here.
The easy question was his head coach Lane Kiffin loves Twitter.
Oh, yeah, well there you go.
That was. Hey, it's okay. We put you down for 4 points. Don't worry. Next week's gonna be better.
Here we go. A little bit of transfer news before we get off the thing here. Nebraska Hello, Nebraska landed Rocco Spindler.
Yeah. Good for him. That does nothing for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. that does not move the needle.
I mean, it shouldn't. He's going to Nebraska.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's Dylan Raiola is still gonna get sacked 17 times because he can't run fast. So
Pretty much.
he can't run fast. Well, I think that is it. You know what? Actually, a little bonus one for you, Brandon. A little bonus one for you. You ready for this? You're gonna get it this time. I trust.
Right,
okay?
right.
Why don't you have confidence in yourself?
No, I do for sure. Come on.
Okay. I'm pulling this up because I did this earlier, but I wanted to change routes to Jackson Dart because I was feeling a little darty in my life. Okay.
Yeah.
For 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
This player is from North Carolina of the city in Weddington.
Mm-hmm.
And his main sport before he played football was Taekwondo.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go to the next question?
Yeah,
Okay. He played 3 years in college, accumulating 31 touchdowns.
Omarion Hampton?
No.
Okay.
Okay, you want to go for 6 points?
Uh-huh.
He was the second best running back in his class in 2021.
Oh, 21. Ooh. Najee.
No. Okay, I'll re-say this again. He's from North Carolina, the city of Weddington. Attending Weddington High School. His number one sport was Taekwondo.
Mm-hmm.
He accumulated 31 touchdowns in 3 years. And then the next question was, he was the number 2 ranked running back in his class.
Next, I don't know.
Okay, 4. He's an active NFL player now in his rookie year. And in his years in college, he accumulative make sure I have this right. Make sure I got this right. Was first team all conference his junior year, accumulating 1,100 yards. So this is, okay, not junior year, but 2022, accumulating 1,100 yards and 15 touchdowns, all conference running back.
And he's a rookie.
He's a rookie now, but the all conference working, but obviously that's college. So like in college, all conference.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for the fourth?
I hate you. It's Will Shipley.
Did you just look it up? Or?
No, I didn't know he was from Weddington. I knew he was from North Carolina. I didn't know he was from Weddington.
My next question was going to be, you played for the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, I knew it was. Yeah.
Are you disappointed in yourself?
Well, yeah. Not really. These are really broad questions.
That's the point. They're supposed to be broad until you get lower. So it's supposed to test ball knowledge. Don't feel bad. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that is it. You have anything you want to sign off, my friend?
Check us out on whatever our social media handles are.
I'll put that in the description.
Just go check us out at Yep. And we will hopefully see you guys next week.
Oh,
Or
well. Yeah, you will see us next week.
oh
Not
yeah,
going anywhere.
yeah. Well, you said well. I was like, oh no. So yeah,
We have another 3-year hiatus.
right.
Well,
See you guys in 2028.